So, Zach, you heard that Red Bull, the energy drink, just settled a lawsuit for the false advertising of Red Bull gives you wings, right?
Right, of course. I was going to file a claim because I still don't have wings after drinking 14 Red Bulls. So we're doing good so far.
Oh, so like you were going to claim the $10 or the $15 worth of Red Bull?
Yeah, that sounds unfair.
Right, that's what I thought too when I read it. Well, recently a man in Alabama was arrested because he held a Walmart Subway at gunpoint and for attempted robbery.
Why was he trying to rob Subway?
Well, he tried the Subway diet, you know, that the one that Jared did,
Yes.
and he lost 200 pounds. Well, he did this for 11 months every day and ate 2 low-fat sandwiches.
Right.
And it didn't work for him, and he felt like he wanted his money back.
So what I've learned today is that you shouldn't eat Subway.
What?
No. You will lose weight. It's
Okay,
impossible.
from fast food restaurants.
Cheers. Randomonium, 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 randomonium. Welcome back to Randomonium.
So you're probably like, didn't they just have an episode? Didn't I just watch this?
And you're right, we totally just did on the Halloween episode.
Right, and that was last Thursday, and because of our limited Mondays in the semester, we're back here again, just a few short days.
It was crazy. It was way too short of a weekend.
Well, if you watched our last episode, you remember that Ethan Peck was on the show, and we talked about humans versus zombies. So how did that go, Zach?
Well, it went really well. We had about 115 people sign up and about 80 people active, and so, I mean, it all went well. There's a lot of crazy madness, we had MIS play, a great DJing service that's offered for both on-campus and off-campus students. And
I heard there's a great witch there, too.
yes, it was a great witch. Way to pull away. I was advertising
sorry,
for MIS.
sorry, good.
No, it's all good.
Go MIS.
Finally, it ended up with a zombies win, but a human try.
Try.
They were close.
I heard
so
Holy Trinity.
They had the Holy Trinity, right?
Okay.
Well, we won't go too far into that. but
Okay. So you had a busy weekend then.
I did. I'm really tired.
And and now, what are we doing now?
Well, now it's Randomonium. We're interviewing the Marks. We have Mark Kirkholm, the Assistant Dean of Students and the Director of Campus Security.
2 titles there.
Not only does he enjoy his work here at VV, but we'll find out a little bit more about his leisure time as a nature man.
Wow. Did you know that Mark has a tattoo?
I
I just said that on TV, but
yes, give it up.
It's a tattoo of a fish.
He's staring at us right now.
And he's pretty dedicated.
What a man, what a man. Who else do we got?
We also have Mark Prosser on here tonight. He's the Public Safety Director of Storm Lake, and both Marks will be talking about safety, and specifically student safety.
So,
Never say that word.
let's get the Marks on Safety started with Mark Kirkholm after the break. So stay tuned. Enjoy the commercials.
We're back on Randomonium. While we are all about fun in college, we are also about student safety here at Randomonium. So we have the Director of Campus Security and now also the Assistant Dean of Students, Mark Kirkholm.
Hey, Mark.
How are you doing?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm well. Thanks for having me.
Good. So do you want to tell us about yourself and what do you do here at BV? So they give us two big titles there.
Right.
So what do they mean? What do they mean?
Obviously, as the Director of Security, I am here to provide a safe environment for you and all of your peers on campus. And so I manage a full-time staff, handle emergency management issues, and as Assistant Dean, I oversee about 4 or 5 different departments. And I'm the Chief Conduct Officer for the institution.
What does that mean?
Look at that big breath it took him to
Well,
say one line right there.
some people kind of have an opinion about that, so
Do they?
yeah.
What kind of opinion?
I think I'll leave it at that.
Continue. Go ahead, Chelsey.
Do you have a favorite television show?
I do. A show or series?
Whatever one.
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
Yeah, I'm a Seinfeld junkie.
Yeah,
Who
you
doesn't
can
like
tell by
Seinfeld?
your personality.
Really? What personality do you think I fit?
Sarcastic in the whole show is pretty sarcastic,
Oh,
right?
okay. All right. Yeah. No, that's my favorite. Absolutely.
Fair. So, as we said, you do enjoy the outdoors, correct?
I do, yes.
Okay, so what kind of activities do you do?
I like to travel. I like to explore the wilderness. I like to go beyond some of those places that a lot of people go to. I'm an avid fly fisherman. I'm sure you've heard that we
Right.
teach fly fishing here on campus. And so I like to explore the wilderness a lot.
And your latest adventure was?
Well, about 4 weeks ago, I was up in the Absaroka Mountains outside of Yellowstone on an elk hunt by horseback. And then this summer, I did a 2-week river float off the Bering Sea in Alaska.
Wow.
Who does this?
Do you remember when he had a black eye from his last trip?
I do. That was part of one of the questions.
It's
like
healed up.
your,
It's
like
healed
the
up.
best nature story.
Yeah, it's healed up.
Has it? Yeah, it really
pretty
has.
well. It's not too
Can't even
bad.
tell. The makeup got it out of the way and everything.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
You can ask this question. This seems
Okay.
appropriate for you.
Do you prefer sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Why? Is there any particular reason, or just?
So I don't like to get up early in the morning.
Me too.
I think every college. I think we are getting some amens from the from the college students. So, where was your favorite place you've ever been to? Some place that you would love to go back to.
There's actually a place up in the Bighorn Mountains, Cloud Peak Wilderness, where we go back in by horseback or backpack, and we fly fish for golden trout, hence the tattoo that you mentioned.
You did mention
So
that.
that's where that's from.
Okay. He doesn't seem very happy that we mentioned that. but
No,
maybe-
I don't
maybe
mind.
it's fine.
Not at all.
We're good. We're
I
good.
saw it when he had to shave his legs for charity. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great.
How long do you think you can go without talking?
It's a serious question. How long do you think you could do it? Oh,
Right now?
okay. That was a
Okay,
bad
just
question. We
kidding.
should have ended with that. Oh, good.
I don't know if he could last a day though.
He's gonna do it. So, would you ride a gorilla?
Would I ride a gorilla?
Yeah. I mean, you're a nature man.
Do I get a saddle?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I'd ride a gorilla.
Fair. Fair.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about security now, right?
Right.
Okay. All right.
Transitioning that. So what are some common problems that you face every year with students, and how do you solve them, I guess?
Yeah.
Common problem. First off, students aren't typically problems.
Oh, good.
that's a good
Most
way
of
to
the
look at it.
issues that I worry about are external types of things, people who come from off campus. And so from issues with students, obviously alcohol is always a common theme, and but we resolve those just fine. Students are not a problem.
Good.
There you go. Students are not a problem. Is there any tips that you'd have when maybe setting up? Because I know there's party registration here on campus.
Yeah, that's
Is there any problems that you've had with that? Well, I guess not problems, right? We can't use that word. Any tips that you
problems.
have for students when they're trying to be safe, whether they're going out to malarkeys or anything like that?
Well, obviously, everything that your parents have taught you. Lock your doors. Don't leave your keys in your
Right.
car. Stay in well-lit areas. All the normal things that you typically have been brought up to. It's the same here. It's no different. This is a home, and so that's how you should look at it. From a party registration thing, if a student has a question on how to go about doing that and accomplishing registering an event, all they have to do is come and ask. We'll be more than happy to help them with that.
And the student affairs here on BB campus, right?
That's right.
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 That's where his office is.
You have this question.
Okay.
You have this great question that I
Well, I
actually.
want to ask the question that we skipped over.
Okay.
Have you ever been surfing before?
No.
Really? That kind of actually surprises me.
How so?
Well, we saw scuba diving.
Oh,
fish
I've
one
gone
time.
scuba diving. Well,
Right.
I went. It was snorkeling. I wouldn't call it scuba diving.
Okay.
And I was in a cage.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
I
Were there
figured there was-
sharks? Were there like
Great
dangerous-
white sharks.
Oh gosh, that sounds dangerous.
Gosh.
Okay.
I did that last summer.
Jeez. And here I do. All I do is work and sit around.
Right.
So, were you ever afraid of monsters under your bed?
Yes, absolutely. And in my closet.
The closet was
Yeah,
the
right. The
worst.
closet. The closet is the scariest part.
Oh yeah.
So, our final question you can ask.
Okay. Is there any other advice you would give students on campus?
If they ever need anything, all they have to do is come and ask. We're here to help, and that's why we're here. We take that seriously.
Yay.
All right. Well, thank you, Mark, for being on the show.
Thank you for
Do
inviting me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, most definitely. So, do you have anything to say to us that you would like, or?
Anything here on TV or in
Yeah.
private?
Well, I mean, you have the whole moment right now. Do you?
No.
No.
You guys are great. I appreciate you being invited. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing. So keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yay, thank you.
So up next we have Mark Prosser,
Right.
right here. Yes, we stand up. from the Storm Lake community. He's going to talk more about safety outside of BV campus, so keep watching.
Welcome back to Randomonium. With us here is the Director of Public Safety from right here in Storm Lake. Welcome, Mark Prosser.
Good evening.
Good evening to you as well. So one of the things we talked about before the interview is, do you want to describe your title and kind of what you do on both, because you're a police chief as well, correct?
That's correct.
So go ahead and define those job titles for us.
I actually, when I came to Storm Lake, was hired as their police chief. But in the year 2000, the city created a public safety department and asked me to be the administrator over all emergency services for the city. So easily put, it's one-stop shopping for all emergency services for our city administration, our elected officials, and our community. I'm responsible for the operations of just not the police department, but I work with the fire chief for the operations of the fire department, the emergency management department, animal control, and the park rangers.
Wow. Okay, so you even reach into the animal control and everything like that.
Yep, we're responsible for that.
Wow, that was even a long line of things that you do. So, how long have you worked at the position then?
I've been employed as the chief and our public safety director for 25 years here in Storm Lake.
25 years.
5 years, wow.
That is a long time.
Yeah. So what's one of the most rewarding parts of your job?
I think by far the most rewarding part is helping people. That's why I got into the business, working with victims, working with folks who have a problem, who have a challenge in their life, and we as an organization or as individuals can assist them with whatever that challenge might be.
Okay. Did you go to college then?
I did.
And what was your major?
Police administration and sociology, and then I did graduate studies in management.
Okay, so very appropriate in that manner. So, and speaking on college-wise, we have a decent amount of college students that do watch this show. Who should go into criminal justice? Is there parts and traits that you've picked up that you realize it's really important to have?
Well, as an individual who hires police officers and folks that work in public safety, I look for folks who I call have a servant's heart, who are there to serve the community, serve the people, who are good communicators, who are compassionate, and who are humble. And that's who we look for. Communication is very important. We don't look for individuals who want to be aggressive, who want to get into the business so they can carry a gun. A gun's one of the tools, but that should not be the reason you want to get in there. And who will take the responsibility that police officers have of using force and dealing with folks' civil rights, and take it very seriously and always try to weigh on the side of the citizen.
Okay, yeah, that seems appropriate.
Mm-hmm. And what do you like best about working in Storm Lake?
Storm Lake, I think, is probably the most unique community in the state of Iowa. I truly enjoy its diversity. The different ethnic groups here, the different languages. It's a very young community because of our large immigrant populations. And it brings challenges of learning cultures, learning to deal with languages and things like that. But it is just a very interesting community. I come from a much larger city, and Storm Lake has a very urban sense to it, primarily because of where its citizens come from.
Okay, so you said you came from a larger city. When did you move over to Storm Lake? Was it when you got hired here, or were you a part of Storm Lake for a while?
I was hired as the police chief in 1989. I came from the St. Louis area and was a police officer down there in different positions in that area, and then was hired in 1989 as the police chief and have served here since.
Okay, so you moved over here after. That's quite a jump, even from St. Louis to Storm Lake, Iowa. So, you want to answer this one? Okay, I'll ask it. We ask this to everybody every season. We have a specific question, and so this season is: would you ride a gorilla?
Well, I heard you ask Mark that earlier, and it caused me to think about it, and it's just not something that's in my bucket list. So I just don't think I would.
Really? It's like number 19 on mine. So
Very specific.
So, what kind of gear, as an administrative side, do you also carry gear like a gun, and is that also part of your as a police chief?
Yes, I'm a police officer. I have to go through all the certifications that the other officers do, and the annual recertifications and so on. I don't carry near the equipment that our uniformed officers do. They primarily answer the calls. I'm more involved in administration and meetings and budget and so on. But if a call comes out, especially on a department our size, that's serious in nature, we all go.
Right.
And for that reason, we're trained and we carry the equipment. So, my primary instrument is my ability to communicate, and the iPad and the telephone and things like that. But I do carry a sidearm, but I don't carry the other gadgets that you might see on the belts of our uniformed officers.
Okay. And one thing we were talking even about that, how does that, are you always on call, or how does it affect your family life and being a security and police officer?
I am, and all police officers, for that matter, are always on call. I'm on call for a variety of reasons, whether it's law enforcement or public safety or severe weather, things like that, because of the different divisions I'm responsible for. But all of our officers are susceptible to callback. It's part of the policy. It's part of what they get hired into.
Okay.
They may be called back to fill a shift. They may be called back for an emergency. Some of them work special assignments. They're part of a narcotics unit, a canine officer, tactical team, our detectives. So a lot of us are on call, and it does impact family. We miss a lot of holidays. We never close. Right. And so, we always have officers working. We're called away from our families on a regular basis. So family is very important to us, and in our off time, it's a priority for us to spend as much quality time as we can.
Mm-hmm. I think it's important, especially for the audience, to understand and respect in that aspect of things, and because some of them are working 9 to 5, but get the holidays off and don't have to worry about coming in, whether they get called in. They can kind of just ignore it or push it off type of thing. And so that's kind of something we wanted to make sure the audience knew as well, and it's educating us as well.
So then, what should college students think about when going out on the weekends in Storm Lake?
Well, I think what they need to understand is the quality of life in Storm Lake is great. And as a whole, it's an incredibly safe community. But in all communities today, you need to be responsible. And so when they go out, we always suggest the buddy system, letting people know where you're going. If you are involved in alcohol consumption, you utilize the designated driver or other types of public transportation, and so on. And take away the opportunity. Criminals are opportunists. So make responsible decisions and don't place yourself in a position where you could be victimized.
Mm-hmm. That's very good advice. Mm-hmm. So what are some possible, just to talking about public intoxication, what are some possible consequences of that, just so people know?
Well, the consequences of public intoxication can be very minor, very vast. They can be as much as just a poor decision, a bad night, making a mistake and getting intoxicated, or individuals may consume alcohol to the point of sickness, illness, or death. And in between there, through intoxication, we've seen individuals make poor decisions. A lot of our fights and disturbances, people are under the influence of alcohol or drugs and things like that. Or we've seen folks stumble, get in accidents, and hurt themselves because they're not completely in control of their faculties.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Well,
do you have anything else you'd like to say to the community as we're on Channel 3 here? Or?
I'm pleased to be invited here. I want the university to know that we're so proud of Buena Vista University, and your students are not a problem for us, and we're always happy to see you come back to campus.
Good. See, they both said we're not a problem, so that's good.
Good.
Well, we'd like to thank you, Mark, for coming on the show and coming to talk to us about your job and safety, and then your family life as well, and how it's been affected. So stay tuned. After the commercial, Randomonium will be on. We'll wrap up tonight's episode with a nice credit roll and jazzing out. Hey, thanks for watching Randomonium. So we're supposed to give a shout out to Justin Yaroslavic. That was from Mark Kirkholm. I'm sure that there's some inside joke there. I'm not for sure what that means, but
anyway,
go ahead.
Our next episode is November 17th, so make sure to watch us again that night at 9. Do we know our guests? Really?
It's a secret.
It's a secret.
We
do.
But go ahead and like
tuned.
us on Facebook and Twitter. At Randomonium Show, and we also have a YouTube channel. That's where we hold all of our episodes. We're on the 16th episode.
Right, this is number 16.
I tell you, crazy long time.
And so now we're going to have Zach take a pop quiz until the time is out.
A pop quiz I knew about, but I don't know what the questions are. So it's
thanks for watching.
It's more of like a quiz that I planned for. All
This
right.
is so much fun for me. Okay.
Do you have the answers?
Yeah.
All right.
Who was the 16th president of the United States?
Oh, government.
I chose a lot of government questions, so
yeah, I know. I figured.
kind of to embarrass you.
Anybody? Do I have anybody in the audience that would tell me? No one. See, no one else knows.
Abraham Lincoln. Oh my gosh, guys.
All right, fine.
Okay.
Go ahead.
In which Halo game was the player character helped by the Pelican pilot Foe Hammer?
Foe hammer. This is bad that I'll probably get this wrong. Halo 3?
No, just Halo.
Just Halo.
Halo.
Everybody's like laughing.
According
at
to
me.
the
It's fine.
internet. I don't know.
According to the internet.
Okay, who's currently the governor of Iowa?
See, this is where it's going to be embarrassing on live television to get this wrong. I know it too. Don't give me. Is it Tom? It's not Tom. What?
This is a pop quiz.
It's a pop quiz. You can't come and help me. What is
Terry?
it? Terry Branstead. There
Yeah,
we go.
there we go. Okay.
She did this to embarrass me. It's like, I knew all these answers in case you're
Anyway,
wondering.
who is Princess Zelda named after?
Named after
Yeah. She was named after,
a queen of some sort, right?
how about we go author base, huh? An author.
I don't know.
Okay, so Zelda Fitzgerald, the wife of F. Scott Fitzgerald, sorry.
Wow, people are learning things right now.
Right?
And apparently I'm learning things because this is my game, but
Right?
I don't know.
Are they going to roll the credits soon? I hope.
I hope
This
so.
is embarrassing, Zach, so I hope they do that. Who wrote Little Woman? Little Women.
What? I don't even know what Little Woman is.
Little Woman. Little Women.
Little
There's
Women?
like 3, 4? I
Does
read the
anybody
book.
know what Little Women is?
It's a book.
Cassie, what do we got?
It's 4 women.
4 women.
Who wrote it?
Who wrote it? Scott Fitzgerald.
No. Louisa May Alcott.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Louisa May Alcott. Okay, and the cable guy in the movie,
Yep.
what
Jim
song
Carrey.
did Jim Carrey sing?
Oh no. I've got the power, no?
No.
Why do you get to ask questions?
Somebody to love.
Fine. That's Queen. Somebody to love.
Somebody
Boom.
to love. I
Boom.
don't know why I'm singing right now, but
Okay.
okay.
What's your last
That was
question?
my last question.
All right. Well, thanks for watching Randomonium.